welcome back to International Scale Modeller. Today I've got a bit of an uninvited guest. He wanted to come and say hello to everyone. Say hello, Josh.
Hello.
This is my boy Josh. He's 7 years old, cracking kid. He's done a couple of the Star Wars easy fit kits, the snap together ones, so he's like that. So he is into his modelling. He's getting there, aren't you, mate?
Yeah.
Do you like them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like the Star Wars stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I play with it.
He does play with it a lot, actually. Obviously I've had to glue them to keep them together, but they do stay together very, very well. Really good kits. I've actually got the Star Wars Millennium Falcon easy kit as well to review soon. So yeah, that one up there. So so what we're doing reviewing today though is we are going to do the Academy, Eduard, sorry, not Academy, Top Falcons, the F-16 limited edition and 148. Now this is a kit I've had for quite a while. I bought this when it was released, as you can tell by all the dust over it. But I just never got around to reviewing it. It looks like an awesome kit. The F-16s are my favourite jets. They are just awesome planes, and I think they're just iconic for jets. You know, obviously along with the Harrier is iconic for Great Britain, but the F-16 is iconic, the jet. I mean, this is what I associate a jet with. So single engine for everyone who same as the Harrier, all right guys. So yeah, so I'm really looking forward to having a look at this. It's meant to be a good kit as well, and obviously there's lots of extra little bits from Eduard that put in there to make the kit a bit better. So anyway, here's the review. Say goodbye, Josh.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Out of the doorway at midnight, we got the moonshine street light. We step into another night, illuminated cause we feel right. 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 Illuminated cause we feel right.
So my favourite jet engine, apart from the Harrier, probably the Harrier and this are on the par, but this is my favourite jet. The Falcon, I think it's synonymous with all jets. Very agile, fast, love it to death, can be fully loaded, and there's many different versions of it. But this is the limited edition 148 Top Falcons from Eduard. I do believe this is based on a Academy kit. I'm pretty sure it's an Academy kit. But the box art is lovely, and this is the aircraft that I will do. This is the design I'm going to go for because I think that's absolutely smashing. Now it's not the aggressor pattern, which is a lot of people. This is This is a Desert One from NSAWC, which is their Top Gun school. But on the box you've got 4 different schemes, some excellent schemes, and in fact if the decals are in there, I can always go and buy the Academy F16 and do all 4 of these, because they'll have the decals, different decal sets for them, and they're all pretty funky. I do like them all, I've got to say. Else on the box, not a lot. What else is in the box? Some Brazen extras, because it's a limited edition. It does have a lot of extras in there from Eduard, which we'll have a look in a second. But that's about it. So let's have a look. What have we got? So I've got to say, it's a lovely box, solid box, really thick double-walled stuff. Now there's one big bag of stuff in little bags, some odds and sods. Let's get it all out. And you love opening boxes like this when there's loads of little bits and bobs in there. And it's like Christmas all over again. Ho ho ho! Right. Yes, I know, that was sad. But right, okay. Let's have a look in this bag. As you can see, again, haven't looked at it yet. Let's have a look inside. Now, as I said earlier, I have had this kit since it came out, and I don't know why, I just keep forgetting that I've got it, and I haven't got around to reviewing it, hadn't had a look at it, because I bought this before I started doing the reviews and everything. So, and I still didn't get around to having a look at it, which is a bit weird really. First thing I just noticed, there's a lot of dents and creases in this bag where it was at the top, and in fact all the way through, as you can see. So I'm expecting a few broken parts and loose parts, so we'll see how that pans out. Now let's just, it's a very weird shaped box, and I think I'll just put my razor back in. That's right, so we'll have a look. We have in this bag okay, lots of odds and sods. Right, so we've got the underbelly, and it's got some mould release agent on there, which is going to need, obviously that means I'm going to clean up this whole lot. Now there's a little bit of shape to it, as you can see. I don't know if it's meant to be like that. I would imagine so, because it does seem to be the shape of the aircraft. But the engraving on it is very clean and crisp. It's based on an Academy kit, if I remember rightly, which I haven't seen before. So hopefully obviously this could be a double review for that as well. But the detail on there, I like the way it's on the sprue, on its own sprue. Plastic, it's rigid. As you can hear that, it's going to be probably a little bit difficult to sand, but I think I'd rather have it a little bit too hard than too soft, that's for sure. But the level of detail is phenomenal. There's a lot of little rivet detail right inside there, as you can see, and on the wings. I just want to get this without whiting out for you. But as you can see there, some nice detail. And this is the top of the aircraft. So this would be fit like this, as you can see. And the underbelly again, similar sort of detail, a lot of high level of detail, all very nice, which when you spray up is going to show up really lovely, I think. Okay, so very nice indeed. But those are obviously 2 main pieces actually, so let's put those over there for the time being. Next lot of sprues we have, there's lots and lots of plastic in this box. I've got to say, it was reasonably expensive because of the extras. I don't know what the Academy kit costs, I didn't have a look before I did the review. But this kit was around about the £47 mark, I think, if I remember rightly. I'll put the price up at the beginning. But I bought it direct from Eduard as well, so it's a little bit more expensive, but I'm a member of their Bunny Fighter Club, and I bought several things from there. With the disc you get 15% discount on everything, which is great. So, but again, excellent detail for the HUD, and some wiring on the top of the cockpit detail there as well, as you can see. And it's a good level of detail all the way around on this kit. Very nice indeed. The tub itself, it looks very basic. Not a lot going on there. See if there's some extras to put on the sides. It might need some work in there. If it hasn't got any extras for the cockpit, it might need that, because it's looking pretty basic at the moment. There might be some decals for it. We've got some... That's a good level of detail for the pylons and everything. More fins on those as well. Again, very nicely moulded, it's clean and crisp. It's not as crisp as some I've seen, but I don't think this is a brand new kit. There's lots of bits of plastic in here, several different coloured ones as well. Again, some more pylons, some nice level of detail on there. I'm just going to whip through these because they're all pretty much of a muchness. We've got some wheels on this side. No, they're not wheels. Yes, they are. As you can see, they're three-piece wheels. You got two halves to the wheel and then a centerpiece as well. I'm kind of not a fan of those wheels myself. I like single-piece or rubber wheels. I do like rubber wheels. I know a lot of people don't. But things like you got your jet nozzle here, which on the original kit is it's got a little bit of flash. Well, I'd say a lot of flash on it. Oh no, it's a bit that you cut out. It's still got flash on it. But if you have a look inside in the centre there, you can see that it's got flash on the flanges on the inside. The kit itself, I mean, I haven't seen any flash. There's a lot of ejector pin marks here and there, but they don't seem to be in important places. Not where you're going to see them. I mean, you've got the main intake on the belly. There is a couple of injector pin marks inside here. Those are going to need to be just slightly filled or taken away, whatever you can do. And probably the next one back as well. I think any further back you don't really need to do that, but you will see the ones at the front. So those will have to be worked on as well. The rest of it, you know, the good thing is the EPMs haven't come through the plastic, so there's no stress marks or anything like that, or warpage. So quite a lot of little sprues though, for what you decide what you want to do. And you've got the glass, which that's a bit. It's not amazingly clear, but it is clear. There's lots of little bits, lights and things like that. Now the canopy itself is nice and thin actually. It's pretty much in scale, I would say. There doesn't seem to be any... there's a little bit of magnification. In fact, there's a reasonable amount of magnification. It's not as good as some I've seen, but the glass is crystal. There's a nice level of detail on it as well. It does have, it does have a centre seam on it. Okay, so if you can see a little seam running down the middle, so that's going to have to be taken out. So I'm going to have to file that down in sand and micro mesh and things like that, get that right out. And a little bit of compound just to finish off to get it back up to a really good standard. So that's a bit of a pain in the butt, but you know, it's no biggie. It's only a 10-minute job to get that sorted, and it's on the outside, not on the inside, which is great, because on the inside it'd be near on impossible. But it's not a bad bit of glass. It's not going to be hard to mask that up, as you can see. That's going to be quite an easy to mask up. I do love the bubble on the front of the F-16s. It does. It's, you know, when you saw the intro video, you can see how much real estate you've got in the window that you can pretty much see all around you. It's a bit of a shame that's popped in there without. Let's have a bit of scratching on that. It's just to level the aircraft all round. Right, so we've got another big bag here with a few sprues in. This is going to be the armament and things like that, I'm sure. Oops. Yeah, we've got a few loose bits there. Hopefully I didn't drop any. It looks like that bit's snapped. Yeah, that bit's looks like it's snapped off of something. I'm hoping it's that. We shall see, but we've got a few other bits and bobs that have come off here. The F16s I think look best when they're fully loaded. Fully loaded. I'm just going to chuck this back in here. I don't want to lose these bits. It's a bit of a shame. And with all those bits of plastic in there, I'm not surprised, I've got to say. Loads and loads of bombs, some missiles. The detail is yeah, it's the same as the kit. It's a good level of detail. It's not the best, I must admit. I think with standards from the last 5 years, the way kits have gone up the past 5 years, it's, you know, every kit that comes out now seems to be better. Each one's better than the one previous. You've got the ejector seat there. You can see how that builds up. Okay, not amazing, but not bad. I think you'll be able to pick enough out of that. There is no pilot included, which is good because I never use them anyway. But yeah, so I've just got to find out where those bits have snapped off and have a look. And again, more armament, laser guided bomb, all very good, in good order. You know, there's a little bit of burring here and there, but nothing to really write home about. So there's quite a few sprues of this, so you can, there's quite a lot of choices by the look of it of how you can do it. I mean, there's a lot of armament. Again, just another mirror, and then we've got fuel tanks, a jet engine, some strut braces and things like that. This will be part of the engine. Notice I said singular there, Paul. And again, all in good order. The ailerons there. I mean, there's nothing. There's some ejector pin marks on it everywhere, really, but it doesn't seem like they're in any important places. So you can go around there and say, okay, well, there's nothing there apart from, he says. There seems to be one right there on the tip of that aileron, that big one right there, which is going to have to come right down if that's not meant to be part of the kit, which I can't imagine it being so. But again, this is a nice clean sprue, very heavy as well, really thick stuff on that. So so that's very nice. There's a lot of plastic in there, and the good thing about this is if you don't use all this, you've got loads and loads for your spare box, which is excellent. Right, what else have we got? We've got the nose, very nice. It's all one piece, which is excellent, but that looks like it's clean and crisp. Again, it's got that centre line seam down it, which will have to come out. Even though there's a line on here, there isn't that line is not on this nose cone at all, but there is a centre line seam which is going to have to be taken out, and where it was on the sprue and it snapped, that's going to be filled. So there's a few little odd, niggles with it, odds and sods that it could be better. We've got a little bag of extras, and these are all the Brazin bits. So we've got a much better jet nozzle, very nice indeed. You see the little, I doubt if you'll be able to get inside with this with the camera, but some nice detail inside. Let's pick that up. You've got the engine blades, again very nice indeed. See, that's got some nice detail on it, which I don't be able to pick up because it's quite dark. Get your fingers out of the way. Okay, but all these little resin parts. So I would imagine these are some sort of impellers. I'm sure I've got that wrong and someone will correct me. As you can see, nice detail again. And you've got the cast one-piece resin wheels, really nice. I mean, the brakes on them are, lovely touch of detail on the brakes and things like that. Let's get that so you can have a look. There you go. Okay, So it definitely beats the kit wheels by a long chalk. As you can see, you could probably, I don't know if you could drill those out. If you drilled those out, it would probably go through and take away the brake system on the back. You may or may not. Yeah, you would. You'd take away some detail there. Although, I mean, I might attempt to drill one of those and just see if you can take that a little bit further. I mean, that would be nice if you could drill them out. It'd be much better. See, look, this wheel snapped off the resin block. So there's quite a few breakages in the kit, which is a bit of a shame, really. We'd have thought limited edition, probably maybe pack it up a bit nicer. You know, a little bit of sponge wouldn't have gone amiss, I don't think. I'm going to put the nozzle in there as well, because I don't want to lose that. But yeah, overall though, nice bit of plastic. Now we've got plenty of other goodies as well. We've got some more resin there, so we've got a new ejector seat. Oops. Which is definitely going to be better than the kit one. You've got joystick, you've got a seat cushion, and the feet runners. As you can see, it's a nice resin seat there. Okay, much better than the kit version. And you've got a cushion as well. Very nice, that'll come out nice. Good thing is you can do it all separately. I mean, that's got some nice detail on it. It really looks like it could be used leather. So some lovely bits on there. So another bag of resin, which is nice. All these little goodies. And then you've got a set of masks. I don't need to take out. They are laser cut as well. Obviously they're Eduard's own masks, I'm sure. So that's going to make that really easy canopy even easier, so I don't have to cut any myself. But don't forget, you could use whatever we're doing on this for the normal Academy F16, so you can kind of make it 2 reviews in one. Okay, and you've got some photo etch. And some grills for the jet nozzle. I would imagine some other odds and sods as well. I don't know what they all are. Some grills, I think they're just surface detail, a lot of them. But very nice indeed. It's going to be fun cutting that out. Going to have to be really careful with that. That's very fine indeed. Both of those. Have to be very careful with that. And you've got the cockpit set. So this is like the Eduard Big Ed set really. But that is very nice indeed. A bit of detail on there, awesome. I think, you know, a lot of people don't like the pre-painted cockpits. I think they're okay. They serve in 148. I think they're definitely fine. When you go up to 132, again, I think they're fine. I like these. I like them like that. It does save a lot of trouble. I think the hand-painted stuff is much better in the World War II arena. When you get the hand-painted cockpits and that, I think they're much better. When you get jet fighter, I think this looks much nicer, much neater, much modern as it would be, you know. So a nice touch that. It's a nice couple of bits of photo etch to argue with when you're building it. The decals. Let's have a quick look. Now these are cartograph decals, so you know straight away they're going to be good. They're going to be nice. They're lovely colours, very flat. They're not too flat, so they look really dull. They're like a satin sheen really, and they're all in register. They're very nice indeed. The American USA's insignia is actually quite bright. But I mean, this is the one I'm going for, so I should be having this flash on there. Very nice indeed. As you can see, plenty of them, plenty of schemes. I'm sure you've got some common stencils there, probably quite a few. But you know, you can keep those for some other. You can buy an Academy F16, and then if you want to do one of the other ones that are on there as well, you can do that. So very nice indeed. There's an extra little one there as well, which is a USAF, so that's part of something else, a late edition. Then we've got the instruction manual. Now again, you guys know I wax lyrical about Eduard. I love Eduard stuff. This is beautiful how they present their instruction manuals. This is really glossy A4 paper, very professional, looks like a magazine basically. It's nice pictures, great big intro. It's obviously in English and Czechoslovakian, I would imagine, being a Czech company. But there's a little bit of history about the F-16 there. Inside you've got the sprue maps. They're not numbered, but you've got parts that are replaced by the P in blue, I would imagine. Parts not for use. Okay, so the bits in blue you don't use at all. So they're replaced by the Brazin and the photo etch, which is excellent. Okay, so there's quite a, as you can see, there's quite a lot there that you're not going to use on a lot of the sprues, which is replaced by this lot here. Call outs, colour call outs are in Hobby, Guns, Aquarius and Mr. Colour. They're the only ones. I now have the full set of those, so I have no problems with any of those colours at all. I should just use those straight out of the bottle. When it comes to colours, I don't mess around too much, and I don't worry about if it's just ever so slightly off the wrong shade or anything like that. Doesn't bother me. It's still going to look good when it's finished. So, but as you can see, the instructions as they go together, you can see where the photo etch, where you've got to shape, you've got to so these red bits are the bits where you've got to sand down. So you've got to sand down so the photo etch can get on there. So that's all very nice. And you can see where you just stick it on is in blue. And you're going through, you've got the cockpit, so you finish the cockpit off there in one section, and you've got the top of the fuselage, the bottom, sorry, with the engine and everything. You've got the engine rotors, or impellers, whatever. Upper fuselage, how that all goes together. Inside of the cockpits, and photo etch goes in there. Obviously, Eduard's instructions are really, really good because they supply all the extra bits and bobs. You know, you're not going to miss everything. I haven't found a mistake on Eduard's instructions yet. They really are, you know, bang on. You know, a lot of things you find. Oh crap! I shouldn't have stuck that bit to that bit with a lot of instructions with manufacturers, but not from these guys. You see some more photo etch surface detail going on. And the fuselage halves go together, and then you do the front wheel well and everything that slots in. Then you've got the wheels. I mean, that is a shame, and there isn't any white metal legs on this, but it's 148, so it's probably not going to be too bad. But as you see, they go together. Okay, it's the Brazin parts here. Gives you a close-up, colours and things like that. Excellent. As it goes together, obviously you're not going to put them on then, you're going to put them on last. You always do your wheels last. I do, otherwise they just end up snapped and all over the man cave. And you can see as the rear end of the jet goes together with the two photo etch parts, and you can be very, very careful with those. They're wafer thin. And again, on the wing tips here, you've got to take those off, add another PE part. And the ejector seat, it's got this whole section for the ejector seat as well, which is nice. Tail fins going on. Then you've got says about masking up the canopy there. So not only you got that, you got the maps for it as well. And then you got fitting all the you got the hard points and the pylons and the armaments going together depending on which one you want. And you've got 300 gallon tank, 370 gallon tank, the AGMs, the GBUs, you know. And you've got a, what's this, a Sniper XR. So that looks very nice. I mean, I think that sits on the underside there. And then you've got the weapons loadout where they would be, which is nice and easy to understand. So very nice indeed. And then you've got the paint call outs. Again, I love the colour. I mean, the thing is with Eduards, not only are they colour, but they're pretty much the colours that it's going to be as well. It's not like some of them where you've got like a wild green. There's nothing like the green that's going to come out in the end. But they actually, I mean, that just looks so sexy, don't you think? It really does. An F-16 in that livery, oh, bang on. So I've got all the colours now, so I don't have to worry about that. And this is a version A Block 15AM OCU from NSAWC, NS Fallon, which is the Top Gun school, I believe, manufactured in 1992. Then you've got the, again, another great scheme, but I always look at this as synonymous with Russian aircraft, which I'm sure most people do, which is the blue scheme. But this is 15A RCU and NS Fallon as well. I think this might be an aggressor. Yeah, this is an aggressor one. And I mean, the aggressor schemes are nice. And you've got another one there, again from NSAWC. And that is straightforward, some Nevada Desert, Eduard's, California. I mean, that's quite, for grey, that's actually really nice, isn't it? That's lovely. I mean, they're all pretty much the same, the patterns, but and that is the test centre version. So that's quite nice. Flown by Brigadier General Richard L. Engel, who flew 150 missions in Vietnam. So he was a test pilot for that. I mean, that's pretty funky if you want to do that as well. It's quite different for a test plane. But I am definitely going to do that one, without a doubt. I love that plane. That's going to look really, really good on the shelf. So yeah, so very professional, very good. Overall, I think it seems to be a great kit. It does have a few bad points. I mean, all the bits snapped off, where there's so much plastic in there loose in that box. So it was quite loose, which is a bit of a shame. But the extras from Eduard are really going to kick some life into that kit, I think. And I think a little playing around, I haven't seen how this builds up or anything, but I think with a little playing around, that's going to be a superb looking aircraft when it's finished. Hopefully I can nail that scheme. That would be really nice. But anyway, so that is the Eduard Limited Edition 148 Top Falcons F16. Thanks a lot, take care, I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.